Okay. Hello and welcome, one and all. Before going ahead, I just want to ask Zoya if you can see my screen or not, and then we can start.
Yes, Tanu, your screen is visible.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so hello everyone. So today, for next 1 hour, give me 1 minute, just a second. So sorry guys. So there was some technical glitch there. So I think we are good to go. Hello everyone. Again, welcome one and all to be part of the masterclass on generative AI. Uh, Next, Zoya, if you can. Okay. Thank you so much, Zoya. So today, we are going to talk about what exactly IBM Skillsbuild does, and we are also going to experience the platform of IBM Skillsbuild, that how it is actually looks like, and then for the main purpose that we all are here for, our expert speaker is going to talk about generative AI. So when we talk about IBM Skills Build, IBM Skills Build is a CSR initiative of IBM. So whenever we talk about computer related solutions, IBM is the prominent name that comes up. And IBM Skills Build is a CSR skill-based initiative which is free of cost. So there are different kind of offerings for entire process. There is not a single cost that is involved to become part of that process. Next. Next. So if you can see on your screens, the offerings that I was talking about, these are the 5 different offerings that IBM Skills will offer. So the first is 85,000 plus learning activities, which is related to your essential skills, professional skills, or job readiness skills. So when we talk about different kind of job readiness skills, your resume building, your cover letter writing are all become part of that. The second part is the internship project that the IBM Skills will provide. So we conduct 2 weeks long internship, micro internship programs where you get chance to do hand-on projects and also get certificate through IBM Skillsbuild as well. The third component, if you can see, is the placement assistance program. So whenever we talk about placement assistance, uh, how can you build your resume? How can you validate your resume? And how can you also talk about the different kind of job readiness skills that requires to get your dream job as well? The fourth component, if you can see, is the badges. So this badges you can present globally wherever you are in front of any employers as part of your skills through IBM Skillsbuild. And the last one is IBM mentoring to provide personalized guidance and support the learning. So we also provide mentoring opportunities as well. So right now, as next part, for next 10 minutes, what we are going to do is that we are just going to experience the platform. As you all are AI enthusiasts, we are going to do one activity related to AI and we are going to gain one certificate out of that as well. All right, next. So we are just going to walk through the platform activity right now. This is how the certificate looks like. If you can see, there is a particular code that you can see below the title, which is the which will be where you will be able to verify that it is from IBM Skillsville and verified platform. Next. So for next 5 to 10 seconds, I want all of you to bring out your cell phones, your phones, and scan this. You can take 5 to 10 seconds to do that. And then we will begin the process. You have to scan this and then it will help you to reach to the platform as well. Once you are done, you can write it in a chat box. If you're facing any difficulties there, our team is going to support you there also. 5 seconds more. Okay, next. Okay, so once you are done by scanning the scanner, there is also, if you are not able to scan the scanner, there is one link that Zoya has also posted in a chat box. First, we are going to sign up with Google. After signing up with Google, you are going to select on the respective mail ID. After that, you are going to set up your profile. If you can see, there are three types of information you can see: basic information, additional information, and terms and condition. So for now, we are going to skip the additional information as it is optional for now. Right now, we are going to fill the basic information where we are going to write our first name. In family name, we are going to write our surname, country, and location. Wherever you belong to, the state you can mention here. All right. After doing that, we are going to quickly jump onto the terms and condition where we are going to click on all the checkbox. We are going to tick mark those checkbox and then we are going to move ahead. So we did sign up with Google. We selected our mail ID. Then we set up our profile where we wrote our basic information and tick mark all the terms and condition mentioned there. All right. Uh, okay. If you are facing error there, there is one, you can again scan the QR code. It will help you. Zoya, if you can go back to QR code again. We will wait here for next 5 to 10 seconds. अगर कहीं पे कोई भी अटका है, they can scan it again. There is one link also in chat box जहाँ से आप directly platform पे जा सकते हो if you are not able to scan it. Okay, I think now we can move ahead. Okay, so once you are done ticking all the check boxes, you are supposed to click on submit. After doing that, next. Now they will ask you about your preferred language. We are going to press on continue itself. All right. After that, you will be able to see your area of interest. We are not going to select any one of those right now. We are going to directly click on continue for now. Next. Now, you can see cancel and begin tutorial. We are going to click on cancel as you are getting live tutorial here itself. So click on cancel and then uh, between cancel and skip tutorial, you are going to click on skip tutorial. First, between cancel and begin tutorial, click on cancel. Second, between cancel and skip tutorial, click on skip tutorial. Next. And then now your course catalog is going to look like this. All right. So I hope you all are here with me. If anyone is facing error, we are again can repeat the process. नो वरीज, ठीक है. हम वापस क्यूआर कोड पे जाते हैं. एक बार अगर किसी का नहीं हुआ है, क्यूआर कोड स्कैन कर लो, ठीक है. एंड देन जल्दी से हम एक बार रिवाइज करके रिपीट करके देन वी कैन मूव अहेड एंड डू द एक्टिविटी. जोया, इफ यू कैन गो बैक. डन. Sure, we will repeat, don't worry. Ruchika, if you can scan the scanner again. Okay, once you are done scanning this, again we are going to repeat the process. Zoya, next. Okay, स्कैन करने के बाद लिंक पे क्लिक करने के बाद साइन अप विद गूगल का ऑप्शन आएगा. यू आर गोइंग टू क्लिक ऑन दैट साइन अप विद गूगल. After doing that, you are going to click on your mail ID. After that, you are going to set up your profile where you are going to write about your basic information, first name, family name, where you are going to mention about your surname, country, and location. Right now, we are going to skip the additional information as it is optional. After that, we are going to tick mark on all terms and conditions. All right, next. Okay, after setting up your profile, you are going to click on submit. Next. ओके, यहाँ पे दे आर गोइंग टू आस्क यू अबाउट योर प्रेफर्ड लैंग्वेज. यहाँ पे हम कंटिन्यू क्लिक करेंगे. उसके बाद योर प्रोफाइल इज गोइंग टू लुक लाइक दिस, जहाँ पे योर नेम इज मेंशन, योर मेल आईडी इज मेंशन, द लोकेशन इज मेंशन. ठीक है. यहाँ पे वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू क्लिक ऑन एनी एरिया ऑफ इंटरेस्ट फॉर नाउ. वी आर गोइंग टू डायरेक्टली क्लिक ऑन कंटिन्यू फॉर नाउ. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट. नाउ between cancel and begin tutorial, we are going to click on cancel. उसके बाद cancel skip tutorial में we are going to click on skip tutorial. ठीक है. Next. Now your course catalog will look like this. I'm hoping that we all are here right now. हम course catalog पे आ चुके हैं. ठीक है. Okay. Now once you are able to see the course catalog, यहाँ से आप कोई भी कोर्सेस को सर्च में डाल के कोर्स को ढूंढ सकते हो और वो एक्टिविटी को कंप्लीट कर सकते हो. सो दिस बिकम्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ योर प्लेटफॉर्म. ऑल राइट. नाउ ऑन गो टू द सर्च बटन. सर्च पे जाके टाइप AI ट्यूटोरियल. यहाँ पे स्लाइड में स्पेलिंग भी लिख के रखा है AI ट्यूटोरियल. ठीक है. डोंट मेक एनी मिस्टेक while you are writing the spelling. ठीक है. Zoya has also mentioned in a chat box. Okay, next. So यहाँ पे जब आप AI ट्यूटोरियल लिखोगे, वहां पे the first activity that comes is artificial intelligence tutorial AI tutorial 4, जहां पे आपको ग्रीन कलर का आइकन भी दिख रहा होगा. ऑल राइट, सो जस्ट क्लिक ऑन दैट. ओके, आफ्टर डूइंग दैट, नेक्स्ट यहाँ पे हम मार्क कंप्लीट करेंगे. ऑल राइट, सो राइट नाउ this is a demo activity. That's why you are able to click on mark complete. But whenever you are going to attempt any other courses on the platform, there will be different kind of assessment questions that you are going to attempt in order to complete the course, and then you are going to gain the certificate out of it. All right, so right now click on mark complete. आफ्टर डूइंग दैट, ड्यूरेशन में कुछ नहीं करना है, सिर्फ सीधा सबमिट पे क्लिक करना है. ठीक है, मार्क कंप्लीट कर दिया, सबमिट पे क्लिक कर दिया. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट. ओके, आफ्टर डूइंग दैट, आपका स्क्रीन का परव्यू कुछ ऐसा दिखेगा जहां पे आपको 3 डॉट्स दिखेंगे ऑन टॉप ऑफ इट. ठीक है, यू आर गोइंग टू क्लिक ऑन दैट, and there you will be able to see view completion certificate. Click on that, and then your certificate will look like this. ठीक है, आई एम होपिंग कि आपको सर्टिफिकेट अपना दिख रहा हो. अगर कोई कहीं पे भी स्ट्रगल कर रहा है तो कोर्स कैटलॉग से लेके यहाँ तक वी कैन अगेन रिपीट द प्रोसेस. ऑल राइट, एंड ऑल्सो जो भी स्टूडेंट्स ड्रॉप कर रहे हैं, प्लीज स्टे ऑन द कॉल बिकॉज योर सेशन इज गोइंग टू बिगिन इन नेक्स्ट 5 to 7 minutes. सो प्लीज स्टे ऑन द कॉल. अगर कोई किसी ने ड्रॉप आउट कर दिया है, प्लीज आस्क देम टू ज्वाइन बैक अगेन. ऑल राइट, ओके. Zoya, if we can quickly go back till the course catalog, I guess. Course catalog तक, हाँ, ओके. सो यहाँ पे हम कोर्स कैटलॉग तक आ गए थे. वहां पे वी आर गोइंग टू क्लिक ऑन सर्च. सर्च पे हमें AI ट्यूटोरियल लिखना है. वी आर गोइंग टू टाइप AI ट्यूटोरियल देयर. नेक्स्ट. AI ट्यूटोरियल लिखने के बाद आपका जो फर्स्ट एक्टिविटी है विच इज आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस ट्यूटोरियल, जहां पे ग्रीन आइकन आपको दिखेगा, वहां पे आपको क्लिक करना है. नेक्स्ट. Here, यहाँ पे we are going to click on mark complete. After doing that, we are going to click on submit directly and not doing anything in duration part. Okay, click on submit. Next. And then you will be able to see 3 dots on the top of it where we are going to click on view completion certificate. वो क्लिक करने के बाद आपका सर्टिफिकेट कुछ ऐसा दिखेगा. Okay, I hope we all were able to gain the certificate. ठीक है, now as the next part, I would like to, if you can stop sharing the screen, Zoya, we can take the attendance at the later part. Okay, okay. So at the beginning, we understood that what IBM Skills Build is all about, how the platform looks like, and I'm hoping you were able to gain the certificate also. Now, what we are going to do is that we are going to start our session. Before that, I would introduce our speaker for today, Mr. Amit. So, a quick introduction for him. So, Mr. Amit is an electronics and communications engineering graduate with a keen interest in artificial intelligence. During his undergraduate years, he delved into AI by selecting it as an elective, sparking as a passion that continues to drive his pursuits. With 3 years of experience teaching elementary classes, Mr. Amit shares his passion for innovation and critical thinking, nurturing curiosity in young minds. As an entrepreneur, Mr. Amit founded successful ventures in the food and digital marketing sectors, honing skills in adaptability and strategic planning. Currently focus on AI, particularly in computer vision and video sentiment analysis and its application in education. Mr. Amit aims to revolutionize education by making technology more intuitive and personalized. Mr. Amit eagerly explores the latest tech advancement, believing in the transformative power of technology in education. He looks forward to collaborating with innovators to shape the future of learning. Uh, we are grateful to have you. Now, over to you. Thank you so much.
Uh, Thank you, Tanvi, for this amazing introduction. And yeah, I should thank actually ChatGPT because this was written with the help of ChatGPT. And am I audible?
Yes, you are. You are.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, so the introduction was written with the help of ChatGPT, and I should thank that. But nonetheless, thank you, Tanvi, for introducing me. And wow, there are so many of you here, and I'm really, really excited to take this masterclass on generative AI today. We are going to learn so much about generative AI, how it works, what it is, what it can do for us. So without further ado, I will share my screen and we will start the lecture. All right, welcome to the world of magical AI. Now, AI has become so magical that it can do things which human beings would think only in their thoughts, like in their dreams. Today, we are going to unravel the mystery behind AI's creative mind. We will explore what generative AI is, what are the tools of generative AI, what it can do, and how it does what it can do. All right. So, gone are the days when AI was just used in sci fi movies. You must have seen movies like Matrix, like Terminator, and Avengers, where Tony Stark makes this amazing AI and it does a lot of work for him. So, we have seen AI in only sci fi movies so far. But today, we see AI everywhere in our life. Generative AI like ChatGPT has become a name in the household. I believe that you must have, at some point in your time, have interacted or done something in ChatGPT. Even if you have not, we are going to explore this in today's masterclass. Before I begin the class, I have a disclaimer for you. This presentation has been designed, of course, with the help of AI tools like ChatGPT, Dolly, and Canva. Because I teach ChatGPT, so I have the liberty to use, these tools, and it's easy to use these tools and make PPT using these tools. It's kind of like cheating, but it's okay. All the original prompts used have been retained in the slides to give a taste of the process of generating text and images, like where animals are having a party in space. This is not an image that I generated. This is an image that is generated by AI. And similarly, the first one, a robot, a robot painting a picture. This masterclass is designed for anyone who is 16 years or age or above. That's age that I believe that is suitable for learning anything, and who is interested in artificial intelligence and machine learning. All the people who are technical and non-technical can learn from this generative AI class. So you don't need to be from a coding or a very high technical background. Some part of this class might require a basic understanding of math, but that is not very high-fi maths. It is very nominal, very low class maths that you will need to understand this class. All right, so how to learn the most out of this class? A bored teacher gives very boring lectures. So unless you want, if I see myself only on the screen, then I get very, very bored. So I request you to keep your cameras open so that I can see you at the screen and it will feel like I am teaching in an actual classroom. Also, participate as much as you can. If you read, you will learn. If you hear and visualize, you will learn more. But if you participate, you learn the most. So I request you to participate as much as in this class. If I ask you a question, please answer it on the chat box. Also use the icons that are available for raising hand. If you have a query or if I ask you to raise hand for a question, please participate as much as you can. Also, unless you have a memory chip installed in your brain, which records everything that you see, please take notes. Because I am sure that after 2 or 3 weeks of this classroom, you will forget most of the part that I taught in this classroom. So whenever you want to get a refresher of what I taught in this classroom, you can go back to your notes and then you can see those notes and learn it again. All right, so I will just wait for 30 seconds to begin my class. Please pick up a pen or a paper so that you can take notes while this classroom is. As I said earlier, I am still waiting for you to uh, keep your cameras open, take a notebook, take a pen. I see only a few people are here with their cameras open. All right, if you are here and have a notebook and a pen, please give me a thumbs up. There is an option of thumbs up in Google, in Zoom meeting. Thank you so much, Radhika. Thank you, Vaishali. I'm waiting for other people. If you are ready, I will begin the class. Thank you, Gaurav. Thank you, Rashmi. Thank you, Binita. Okay. Even if you are not ready, you can anytime go back and take a pen and a paper and become ready. All right, so let's begin this class.
Hi Amit, sorry for stopping you in between. I think we are not able to hear your voice.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible now.
Okay, thank you. Since when the audio was gone?
I think this slide from this slide, if you can explain them again.
Okay, thank you, thank you. All right, please let me know in chat because I was not able to hear anything also. All right, so I believe you all have your notes with you. So let's talk about generative AI. We are going to talk about generative AI in this classroom. So generative AI is made up of two words. One is artificial intelligence, which is a fancy term to say doing what humans do with the help of programs. Okay, but we are not specifically programming the computer. It is automatically learning to do what humans do. And the second part is generative. Generative means creating new content. And what content we are going to create? Like audio, code, image, text, or video. In this classroom, we are going to learn about how to generate an image or how to generate a text. I will like to begin this classroom with an inspiring quote. And this quote has been written by very famous author. If you guess the name of author, please type that in the chat bar. Okay. So the quote is, "The past is our lesson, the present our canvas, and the future our masterpiece. We are artists of time, painting our journey with the colors of our experiences, dreams, and actions." All right, I'm waiting for you to guess who is the author of this quote. It's a very, very famous quote. Remember, I want you to participate as much as you can, because if you participate, you will learn more. So can someone guess what's the name of this man? What's the name of the author who has written this quote? Malin Dane? No, that's not right. Elder Dilboyan? No, I don't think so. All right, okay, I will just tell the mystery behind this quote. So this quote is a very fresh quote. It's not written by any author. It has been generated with the help of ChatGPT. All right, so ChatGPT, I asked ChatGPT, and I have written the quote here also. Please write a nice quote about past, present, and future. And ChatGPT wrote this quote for me. And it's a very new quote that has not been generated before. And I also asked ChatGPT to draw me a picture of an author. All right, so we are going to learn about past, the present, and the future of generative AI. Let's start with the past. Where have we seen generative AI earlier? Generative AI is not a new term. It has been with us for quite a few years now. How many of you have used Google Translate? You can raise a hand if you have used Google Translate before. Okay, thank you so much. Oh, I see that a lot of people have used Google Translate before. All right, so Google Translate came in 2006. And what it does is a type of a generative AI. What it generates is, it generates a translation of from one language to another language. So in this case, in this example, I have generated a very famous translation that you must have seen in televisions. This is what runs in the ads of mutual fund. So I have written this quote or this message in English, and I wanted Google Translate to translate to me that in Hindi. All right, and it does this beautifully. So Google Translate came back in 2006. So it's been 17 years that we have been seeing generative AI. Also, AI assistants like Siri, OK Google, and Alexa take input as audio. In this example, I say to Siri, "Hey Siri, set me an alarm for 6:30 a.m. And Siri talks back to me and does this task for me and says, "Your alarm has been set." Right? So it takes as an input my audio and generates the output as a task as well as an audio. It talks back to me. Right? Also, you must have used Google search. Now, Siri came in 2016. So that's kind of like 8 years, 9 years from now. And we also have used generative AI before in Google search. where you want to type, whenever you type something on Google, like I typed here, I want to. So Google tries to complete your sentences. So it says, I want to play games, I want to break free, I want to learn, I want to sell my phone. That depends on what search you have done before. All right. Similarly, as you can see in smartphones also try to do the same. If you are typing a text, or if you are typing some email, it tries to complete your sentences. Like, please send me an email, an update, or something like this. So this is a classic example of generative AI, where it is generating the text that is going to come after what you are typing. The language modeling developed around 1990s to 2000, and it became popular in 2010 after smartphones came to market. So why are we here suddenly hearing about generative AI everywhere? Why we are hearing about AI? And it has been with us since 2006. It's been 17 years that we have generative AI now. So the question is, why we are hearing it all of a sudden? And the answer lies that in 2023, OpenAI released ChatGPT, specifically GPT-4, and it claimed that GPT-4 can beat 90% of you in an exam. Specifically, it said about SATs, which are one of the hardest exams in USA. So OpenAI claimed that ChatGPT-4 will beat 90% of you in SATs. And Microsoft suddenly jumps into the picture, and it says that, okay, I invest 10 billion in ChatGPT to develop this platform. ChatGPT went nuts, and ChatGPT said that, okay, I will market this amazing product in the market, and everybody started hearing about ChatGPT, and everybody started using it. And simultaneously, other generative AI platforms also started to develop, like Bard, which was Google's answer to ChatGPT. Google also jumped in. And Bard is now Gemini. Google has announced the renamed Bard, and it has named it as Gemini. All right, those of you who are raising hand, if you have any query, I will take those queries once we have a hands-on activity. Okay. Till then, please keep your hands down. With ChatGPT, there came another generative AI platforms like Bard. There is GitHub Copilot, which generates code. Midjourney is there to generate images. Dolly is again, which we are going to use in this masterclass, generates images. Alpha Code generates code. Scribe kind of like summarizes the text and also tells where this text is from. So in the recent 2 or 3 years, a lot of platforms in generative AI, which can do sophisticated tasks, unlike just predicting the other word in the sentence, they can do tasks which are which they can do better than humans. So that's why we are hearing about generative AI a lot. Also, this funny picture here on the left is of an IBM hard drive. And in 1953, IBM made the first hard drive. And imagine that this big hard drive had to be transported on an airplane. Only 5 MB of data could be stored in this hard drive. And this hard drive was of 455 kgs. Very, very huge. And it costed around 81,000 US dollars, which, if I translate it to today, it costs me 67 lakh rupees. So imagine, just for 5 MB of data, which I can only store one song, I had to pay 67 lakh rupees in 1953. Whereas in 2023, I have this SD card, which I can fit in my thumb. It's very, very small. And it stores 128,000 MBs of data. And it is less than 0.5 grams. And it just cost me 1,700 rupees. So thousands and thousands of times more capacity or memory I'm getting for such a small price. So what I want to say is that technology has been changed and is now being more accessible to anyone. Now anyone which has a smartphone can access to technology from anywhere in the world. We will make this point clear from the next slide. This slide shows how much time does each app took to reach 100 millions of monthly users? So there are some popular apps here. Uber took 70 months to reach 100 million users. Twitter took 65 months. Instagram, our beloved platform, took 30 months. TikTok, another popular platform which is now banned in India, took 9 months to reach 100 million users. Whereas ChatGPT, can you imagine, just took 2 months to reach 100 millions of monthly users. And now with the current number is 180 million that users use ChatGPT every day. So it is very easy and very cheap to access something as sophisticated as ChatGPT, which can write your essay, write a resume, or do certain sophisticated tasks, to access it just from your hands, from a smartphone, right? Now that ChatGPT has 100 million, they charge a small fees to use that platform, of course, $20. And imagine the kind of money that they make. And it's fair because they have invested a lot of money in training and building that app also. All right, so ChatGPT is now finally here. Let's see what ChatGPT can do. I am talking only about ChatGPT in this classroom because it is one of the more popular platforms. There are other platforms like Google Bard, Gemini, as I told earlier, but I don't want to talk about them because general people, you can easily access ChatGPT, and it is easy to understand natural language processing using ChatGPT rather than other platforms. Okay, it's not that other platforms are bad. No. So what ChatGPT can do? ChatGPT can tell me a recipe of how to make a Japanese sushi. I don't know how to make a Japanese sushi, but ChatGPT is smart enough to tell me a recipe of how to make a Japanese sushi. Also, it can develop code. I can write in ChatGPT, act as a Java developer, write a code that takes a list of numbers as input and return their average. So it will give me a code, a proper code. We will see how it does that in our masterclass. Also, it can do more sophisticated tasks, like it can create a whole about me page for a website. If I am a website designer, I just have to input my own data. I am an entrepreneur and tech enthusiast who is currently doing research in artificial intelligence, blah, blah, blah. I just tell whatever I do to ChatGPT in simple languages, and it will create me a whole about me page. And these simple sentences that I use to interact with ChatGPT are called prompts. Okay, so I say something to ChatGPT in my own English language, nothing fancy, nothing coding, no technical knowledge required, and it will do certain sophisticated jobs like writing a code or creating a web page for a website. Of course, it won't create a page in Java or something like that. It will just give me content. Okay, not to be confused. So ChatGPT can do all of these things. Apart from this, what ChatGPT can do is it can write an essay for me. It can create an app for me, or it will give the code to create an app. It can write code. It can build my resume. It can write Excel formulas. It can summarize content. If I have a very big article, I want to read it in few lines, I give it to ChatGPT and it will just convert it into few lines. Write a cover letter, start an Etsy business, create charts and tables, write Arduino drivers. Arduino are small machines which we can program to do certain things. And it can do all these tasks which will take me a long time to do if I want to do it myself. But what ChatGPT will do is it will create these tasks very easily or very less time. All right, so now that we know that ChatGPT can do all these tasks, let's see how does it work. Okay, it's a very, very sophisticated technology. Let's see how does it work. What is the concept behind ChatGPT? How did they develop it? If I want to develop a ChatGPT, how will I do it? So we will going to learn all of that in this masterclass. There are two parts of this class. First, we are going to learn about text generation, how a text is generated. And in the other part, we are going to learn about image generation, how an image is generated. And we are going to have lots of fun when we will go on hands-on activities where we are going to actually interact with ChatGPT and create really, really funny or funny images or text or useful things for us. All right, so how does it work? We are going to learn in our part 1 about text generation. Let's talk about text generation first. Let's do a hands-on before we go to text generation, if you understand, and take a taste of how ChatGPT generates text. Okay, I'm going to share my screen where we are going to ChatGPT. Okay, just type ChatGPT on Google. You will go to ChatGPT. If you are also, if you want, you can also do it simultaneously with me. Remember to participate. Okay, so we go to ChatGPT. ChatGPT is here. Now I have paid ChatGPT $20, so it enables me to use the ChatGPT 4. But what you will have is ChatGPT 3.5. And ChatGPT 3.5 is almost is very good to handle normal text and all. It will not create sophisticated things like ChatGPT 4, but it is enough to generate all the things that we need. For image generation, I will use ChatGPT 4 because ChatGPT 3.5 doesn't allow me to generate images. Okay, so let's type in something like this. Suppose for today's dinner, I want to make Japanese sushi for myself. All right, so I will ask ChatGPT, please, as you have to say please. You don't have to say please actually, but still, please generate a recipe for Japanese sushi. All right, now it has started generating. Okay, and you can see here how it is generating. It is not generating all the text at once. What ChatGPT did was it generated the text one by one. Okay, I will just type again another recipe. Tell me a recipe of pasta. Okay, now you see, again, it is generating it word by word. It is not throwing the whole text at once to me. Okay, it says, okay, here are the ingredients. You need eggs, you need Parmesan cheese, you need garlic, you need black pepper, whatever. And it gives beautifully the instruction also. Bring a large pot to boil, pasta is cooking, all of these things. Okay, so now using these ingredients and these instructions, I believe I can make Japanese sushi. I will try it though today. All right, so let's continue with our class. So we are talking about text generation, and you see how ChatGPT was generating text, right? It was generating text one by one. So what ChatGPT was doing is it was predicting, okay? And ChatGPT is an example of a language model. Language model we talked about before, where we were seeing it in Google search, where Google search was completing my sentence. It was also a kind of predicting what I wanted to say. So similarly, ChatGPT is also a language model and it works on prediction. So in the example of language model, suppose I type I want to. What a language model will do is it will try to predict the next word in the sentence. So in this case, I want to cook. Cook what? Food. I want to play games or play music. I want to watch movies or sports. I want to work, and work doesn't have any follow-up. All right. So language models, what they do is they understand what you want to say. They understand this word. They get the context from I want to, and then they try to predict the next and only the next word in the sentence. Okay. We saw all these prompts before that we used, that we can give to ChatGPT. And we will see that how ChatGPT takes all these prompts and generates a response for these prompts. All right. We will begin with a small example. Let's begin with a simple example, not these fancy prompts like generating a recipe or something like that. Let's start with an example of a small question. So if I ask ChatGPT, what is the tallest building in the world? So how ChatGPT will generate a response to this question, we will see in the next slides. The first step that ChatGPT will do is it will break this sentence into small parts or words which are known as tokens. So if you go to this link, ChatGPT's tokenizer, it will tell how ChatGPT makes tokens. Okay, you just have to type tokenizer in Google and it will take you there. So for this sentence, what is the tallest building in the world? It generated 9 tokens. It divided this sentence into 9 tokens or 9 words. Sometimes the tokens can be words, sometimes they won't be. Like this question mark. This question mark is not a word, but a symbol. Okay, so it has 9 tokens. What is the tallest building in the world? And this question mark. Okay, so now ChatGPT will put all these 9 tokens into its model. How it will do it? It will take all these 9 tokens together. It will not take the first token or the last token. It will take all these 9 tokens or all these words together inside the ChatGPT, and then it will try to understand what this sentence means. And when it understands what this sentence means, it tries to generate the first word in the sentence. Okay, we'll see it. So example, like this is the question we have. So ChatGPT takes this whole question inside its model and generates only the first word in the response. Okay, which is the. Okay, because all the answers they start with the. Okay, you are with me? Now, in the next step, what ChatGPT will do is it will add that the to the input. Okay, now this was the input before. What is the tallest building in the world? Now it will add the also to the input. Why? Because it wants to predict the next word. Okay, next and only the next word. It won't predict the whole sentence together. It will only predict the next word. Now, in this case, what is the tallest building in the world? The after the what will come? Tallest. And then in the next step, it will take the tallest also in this input. Now the input changes to what is the tallest building in the world? The tallest. Now the next word in the sentence will be, of course, building, because the answer builds in this way. And then it will take building also as its input. Now the input becomes what is the tallest building in the world? The tallest building. And it will take this as an input, and the output is. All right. Now it will take is also as its input. What is the tallest building in the world? The tallest building is. Now the answer is Burj Khalifa. Of course, the tallest building in the world is Burj Khalifa. Okay. Now all this will happen in the blink of an eye. Okay. It will not happen like I am doing it. Slowly. It will not happen like this, because ChatGPT works on these sophisticated, very big machines called GPUs. We will explore GPUs in this classroom, but they are kind of like highly powerful CPUs. So it will happen very quickly, very suddenly. Now, after it has generated the whole sentence, what is the tallest building in the world? The tallest building is Burj Khalifa. It will generate another response, which is EOS. Now, EOS is nothing, but its full form is end of sentence. So that tells ChatGPT that the sentence has been ended. It's like a full stop to us in English. Okay, so this tells that the response or the sentence has ended. And with this activity, after what is the tallest building in the world, I tell to ChatGPT, the whole answer is generated. The tallest building is Burj Khalifa. And it generates one by one. We also saw that a while ago, when we were working with ChatGPT, that it was not telling me the whole answer together. It was generating it single word by word. All right. So now that we know that ChatGPT works on prediction, and it predicts only the next word that is going to come in the sentence. Now let's understand, how does it predict? What is the technology behind prediction in ChatGPT? So ChatGPT works on something called large language models. Now we were talking about language models, right? in Google search and in our phones, where they were only able to tell one or few words that will come in my sentence. Now ChatGPT can generate a whole paragraph or a whole recipe with ingredients, with the instructions, right? So the language models, it's kind of like a bigger version of a language model, which is called a large language model. And the large language model, what it does is it eats up a lot of information. And where does it get this information from? It gets this information from internet. So we have a lots and lots of text, we have lots and lots of data, we have Wikipedia, we have sites, we have Quora, we have social media. So it eats up, or it gets trained with all the data that is there in the world, and it tries to predict what will come in the next word after we give it an input. So suppose in this example, we give apples are a type of delicious dash. So if ChatGPT or this large language model, now I will not use ChatGPT, I will use large language model in my tutorial. So apples are a type of delicious dash. If a large language model has to predict this dash, what it will do is it will take it as input. And remember, it first makes different words or tokens out of this input. First, it takes all these input, and now it understands the context. It understands what this sentence wants to mean. It understands that apples is a word in this sentence, delicious is a word in this sentence, and it is asking me a type of what apples are. All right. So in this context, this large language model has learned a lot of books. It has learned a lot of articles about apples, and it knows about apples, what are they. And then it will generate an output based on its knowledge or based on its training. Now that it knows that this sentence is about apples and something about delicious, so it will predict the next word. Remember, the word is prediction. Okay, so predict the next word with a certain probability or a certain likeness, that okay, I have read that apples are type of fruit. I have eaten up a lot of data, and I know that apples in those text, apples were related to fruit. And so I give 90% chances of the next word to be here is fruit. Also, in some articles, it must have read that apples are good snacks also. So it takes apples and delicious in this context, and it says that, okay, 9.9% chances are there that the next word in this sentence can be a snack. Also, it has learned in some article that Apple is also a company which make laptops. So it says, okay, the answer can be laptops also. But the chances of having a laptop is only 0.1%. Why? Because there is other word in this sentence called delicious. Okay, because laptops cannot be delicious. So only 1% that apples are a type of delicious laptops. Okay, so it will give me the word which has the maximum chance, that is fruit in this case. All right, so far so good. Now let's learn about the recipe behind creating a generative AI. Now that we know that ChatGPT works on prediction, so how do we create something that predicts the next word in our sentence? How to create our own large language model or something like ChatGPT? What do you need for ChatGPT is, of course, a lots of data in which I will train my large language model. This data is called corpus. Okay, so we crawl the whole internet. We take up Wikipedia, we take up Quora, and all these other sites, social media, and we put all that data into a single file, and we make a corpus out of it. And then we need a transformer architecture. We will talk about this later on. We also need hardware. For our computer, we have CPUs. For people who play game, they also would know about GPUs. GPUs full form is graphical processing unit. So they are like powerful CPUs, and they are really, really good to do language processing or language modeling. And of course, we need a lot of money. So ChatGPT took $1 billion to train its large language model. Okay, and that step is called pre-training. And then after pre-training, if we want to use our language model for any specific task, we will fine tune our model on the base of whatever data we have. So there are 4 things we need. We need a lots of data, we need a transformer architecture, we need pre-training, and we need to fine tune our data. So let's explore all these steps one by one. The recipe is, first step is to make a large corpus. So how to make a large corpus, we will see. Then second step is to train the language model. We are going to train ChatGPT or whatever language model we are going to train, and then fine tune our data. Okay, remember we are creating a large language model, something like ChatGPT of our own. So the first step is building a corpus, and I have already told you where will we build a corpus from, where will we get all this data from, and this data is all there in the web, and it is all free. So we will get data from Wikipedia, we'll get data from Quora, social media, GitHub. GitHub is a coding website, so we get data from GitHub. We get images from Pinterest, articles and blogs. So we take all these data into a single file and we build a whole corpus. And using this corpus, we train the model. Now, how to train the model? Training the model can be done very simply, and it's very, very cheap. So what you do is you have a lot of data, you have a lot of sentences, you ask the large language model or ChatGPT to randomly cut the sentence from the training data. Suppose you take, I will explain this in an example later on. So you randomly cut a sentence from the training data, and then you ask the model to predict the sentence, okay? And then you already know what data you have. Suppose there is a sentence called apples are a type of delicious fruit. So I cut the sentence, I cut fruit from it, okay? And I ask ChatGPT to predict it. And ChatGPT will automatically align all of its model, whatever is inside ChatGPT, to predict the next word. Suppose it predicts vegetable. Apple are a type of delicious vegetable. Now I know that apples are not vegetables. So what I will do is I will tell the model again that, okay, no, the answer is not vegetable, answer is fruit. So again, ChatGPT, what it will do is it will again rearrange all of its model based on the feedback that I gave. I said, no, it's not vegetable, it's fruit. So it will arrange its model and then compare it with original sentence and adjust it. And then what we will do is we will repeat this with whole data that we have. So imagine you have hundreds and thousands and 10,000s and billions of words and sentences, and you put all these sentences, you randomly cut these sentences and then ask ChatGPT to predict. The ChatGPT will adjust itself and predict some word, and then you compare it with the original sentence, and that's how ChatGPT will get trained. Now this is what this is looking complicated, but I can assure you that it is not complicated. So this is what is inside a large language model. Okay, so the training that I was telling you about, the adjustment that I was telling you about, is happening in this complicated structure. And this complicated structure that we see here, most of you would have seen it before, is called a neural network. It is just like human brain. How human brain learns things from learning or reading, it learns exactly the same way. These little circles are here called nodes, and these lines that I see here are called branches. All right. I will not make this more complicated. I just want to you to imagine that this is what is a brain of a language model or a large language model is. There is an input layer where you put the sentence. There is a hidden layer which does all the processing. And then there is an output layer where you get the response or the output. Okay. Now, the size of this network is, it will become clear why I want to talk about this network, because the size of this network tells you how much complex the network is. Here in this toy network, the total size is, so if I say that there are 3 inputs, there are 8 in this middle layer, then the size becomes 3 into 8 is 24. And then here 8 nodes here are connected to 8 nodes. Then the size is 8 into 8 is 64. And in the last layer, the size is 8 layers connected to 2 nodes, and the size is 8 into 2 is 16. So this small network has so many parameters. Now imagine ChatGPT 3.5 has 175 billions of these parameters or these connections. So it's a very, very big model that takes up lots of data, and it processes all that data, and then it gives the output. All right. So what is ChatGPT in ChatGPT? Now, nobody uses these complex models anymore. They are used in studies or they are used in academics, but in general, what ChatGPT uses is, the full form of ChatGPT is generative pre-trained transformers. Generative, we know that it generates text or image. Pre-trained, we know that we are going to train this. It is already trained, pre-trained with a lot of data. And it uses a sophisticated or this monster called transformers. All right, how many of you have heard this word transformers? Okay, please raise a hand if you have heard transformers before. Okay, I see only 3-4 people raising hand. Okay. All right. So transformers, it's good that you have heard this word transformer before, but it's not a new term. So transformers came in 2017. Google's DeepMind is a Google's laboratory where they generate all this, they develop AI. So what it did is it published a paper called Attention is All You Need. And in this paper, they talk about transformers. And transformers look like this. And this is kind of like a structure which uses input as a simple language. And I will explain transformers more in the later class. Okay, transformers have two parts. One is an encoder, and another one is a decoder. Okay, so in ChatGPT, what we use is we use only decoder only architecture. Okay, people are raising hands. I ask you to please keep your hands down. I will address to your doubts when we will complete the hands-on activity. Okay, I know that it is a little difficult to understand at this point, but please bear with me. We are not going to go so much deep into what transformer is and what it does, but just know that ChatGPT uses something called transformers to generate the next word in the sequence. Okay. Now, ChatGPT, I told that transformers are of two types. One is encoder and the other is decoder. There are two divisions of transformer, and ChatGPT uses only the decoder only architecture. Okay. The encoder structure is used in more sophisticated tasks like translation. Okay, this transformer architecture was made basically for for translation. So for language modeling, which we are interested in, only the decoder model or the decoder part is used. So it's just a fun fact that you can showcase, that if somebody asks you about generative AI, then you can show off that, okay, I know that ChatGPT full form is generative pre-trained transformer, and it uses some sophisticated technology called transformers, and ChatGPT uses only the decoder part of the transformer. Okay, it is just a general knowledge or a trivia that I wanted to give you. Now, as we saw in our previous example, apples are a type of delicious, and we have divided it into tokens, and these tokens go into transformers. And the transformers, what it will do is it will predict what word will come next, and in this case it will predict with a probability of fruit coming as 90%, snack as 9.9%, and laptops as 0.1%, as we saw in the previous example. All right. So now that we have a basic idea of what transformer is, although I will not go into detail because it will take a whole 3 hours of lecture trying to explain transformers, and You can always go on YouTube or on Google and search about transformers and how they work on natural language. Okay, so now that we have done this step where we have taken a lot of data and we have understood that ChatGPT works on transformer model, and we also know that in pre-training we use a lot of GPUs and we need a lot of money to pre-train our data. Okay, so let's go and explore this third part, which is pre-training. All right. So now we have to train our model, and I gave a little idea of how to train the model. So we have a large text corpus. We have a whole internet text with us, and suppose we take a single sentence out of that large text corpus to train our model. Okay, so the Taj Mahal is in, and we put that into our large language model. And as I told you before, we already know the answer. We just want our large language model to predict what comes next. And in this case, it predicts that it is in Delhi, okay, with 90% probability. And it says that it is in Agra with 10% of probability. Now, the response that it has generated, Delhi, will again go back to large language model. And it will tell that, no, you are wrong. We already know that the Taj Mahal is in Agra. So now it will correct itself and it will adjust its weights, adjust its circuit so that it gives the response as Agra. Okay, so now every time I ask this large language model, it has been trained, it has been pre-trained with this information. The Taj Mahal is in Agra. Now every time I ask this pre-trained model that where Taj Mahal is, it will always give me a response of Agra. Okay, so this is a very small idea or very basic idea about how pre-training happens. So similarly, like this is one sentence that we will put thousands and billions of sentences inside our large language model, and it will understand all the context from these sentences, and it will adjust itself so that whenever we ask something related to that sentence or that word, it will give me a correct prediction every time. All right. Next step in ChatGPT is fine tuning. This is the last step, and then we are going to go on hands-on activity with ChatGPT. So fine tuning happens in the last step. So suppose you want to use the large language model for your own data. Suppose you run a company and you have to make a chatbot, and you say that, okay, I have these queries that come from clients, and I want to only give specific answers to my clients. Or you are in medical field, you have a medical data, and you want to train the large language model into medical data. So what you will do is you have the pre-trained model already. You will feed that with the new data that you have, and then you will have a fine-tuned model. And fine-tuned model will now do tasks specifically to your needs. Suppose it can solve queries of a company, and it can solve queries of a medical expert, and a lot of things. Okay, ChatGPT is fine-tuned with general purpose knowledge. Okay, so if you ask general questions to ChatGPT, or if you ask code to ChatGPT, then it will give you a response. A certain information that you only have, that you only know, ChatGPT doesn't know that. Okay, so it will not give a response to that question. So that's why you need fine-tuning of data in our large language. All right. So that has been a very lengthy discussion about how large language models work, and how they predict, and what is the technology behind it, what do we need to generate large language models. Although this is very basic idea, you can explore more on internet, but I think it should give you an idea about how large language models work. All right, so let's work with ChatGPT hand-on. All right, I request you to also work with me so that you also learn how to generate text with the help of ChatGPT and what tasks can we do with the ChatGPT. All right, so I will again go back to ChatGPT. Here is my ChatGPT, and I will open a new window. You can click here and you can open a new window. I request you to also go to ChatGPT with me, and let's do some fun tasks there. All right. So the first task that we are going to do with ChatGPT is we are going to write a poem. Okay. Now, writing a poem is a very sophisticated task. Artists and writers, they delve very, very deep into thought, and then they try to relate poems. Try to relate poems from their own experiences, and a lot of expertise it goes into generating poems. Okay, so first task that we are going to do or give or challenge ChatGPT is to write a poem. Okay, we are going to write a poem about two animals. All right, so it can be any two animals. So I request you to pick any two animals of your choice. Ask ChatGPT to write a poem. Please write a poem about, in my case, I am going to write a poem about cat and rhino. Okay, these are two animals that I believe never meet in wildlife. Okay, but still I am giving this challenging task to ChatGPT. Okay, I also request you to give certain prompt of your own, any two animals of your choice, to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to write a poem. Okay, let's see what it writes here. Now it started to write, and we can see that it is writing it word by word, and it writes a very interesting poem. In a world where creatures great and small abide, a curious duo unlikely side by side, a graceful feline with eyes of jade's glow, and a massive rhino with horn aglow. And it has written a wonderful poem here. It has done a terrific job, right? But I believe this poem is a bit long. Okay, I want it to be short. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is 6 paragraphs long. I want it to be short. So I will ask ChatGPT, please make it short. Okay. Now I did not tell ChatGPT to make what short. Okay. I just wrote, please make it short. Now ChatGPT remembers that I was talking about a poem about cat and rhino. And what it does is it remembers my conversation and it generates response to my prompt. I said, please make it short, and it made it short. Now it's only 2 paragraphs wide. Okay, it says, in twilight's embrace, beneath the moon's soft glow, a cat and a rhino, an unlikely duo, one sleek and sly, the other massive and strong, yet together they roam where the wild grasses belong. Okay, so I believe that you must have also got some response from ChatGPT based on your animal. I request anyone from you to please post it on the chat box. Okay, whatever poem you have got in ChatGPT, just copy it, Control press C, and then paste it on the chat box. Okay, now I have got one about a cat and a dog. Thank you, Rishita, for engaging. In a cozy corner by fire's glow, a cat and a dog. You can also, Yukti has also posted one in the vast savannah where grasses sway, giraffe and elephant. Divyadatta has also posted one. Amazing, thank you so much. And you keep generating with ChatGPT. And I see that Yukti has also made it short. You can ask ChatGPT to make it short. The next step, I don't want it to be 2 paragraphs. Okay, what if I want a Japanese haiku? Now, haiku is a short poem, which is only a few sentences long. So I ask it, make it a haiku. All right, now it made this whole poem a haiku. Moonlit savannah, cat and rhino roam as one, harmony is tense. Just 3 lines. Okay, now I'm satisfied with this. Now I'm getting more poems from other students also here about a cat and a rhino again. Yeah, Yukti has made it a haiku also with just 3 words: savannah's whispers, giraffe and elephant stride, unity in stride, right? Okay, so apart from writing poems, which is a very sophisticated task, which ChatGPT can do very, very nicely. And also it remembers my previous conversations, right? What else it can do? All right, let's ask ChatGPT to write a code. Now, I have already typed this before, so I will just paste it here. I am asking ChatGPT to act as a Java developer and write a code for calculating the average from a list of numbers. This is kind of like a common exercise that when I used to learn Java, I used to design something like this: calculate an average. Okay, so I will ask this as ChatGPT, and I am asking it to act as a Java developer. Okay, not anyone else, but write it like a Java developer. Okay, so it started to generate code for me. Okay, and again, it generated it word by word. So it says, sure, here is a simple Java code to calculate the average from a list of numbers. And it's the whole code is here. I will simply copy this and paste it in my Java file, and I will have the whole code ready. Okay, and it also defines it, like code defines a class average calculator, whatever. So apart from generating poems, we can also ask ChatGPT to write code for us. Okay. Remember that I told when what ChatGPT can do. It can also develop a whole app for you, right? So you can ask ChatGPT to code whatever there is in your mind, and then it will show you the code. You can paste that code in your own IDE, and then of course you will have to do a small tweaks because ChatGPT is not yet very efficient. You will have to do small tweaks there, but nonetheless it will generate a very good code. Let's ask to do some more complicated tasks. Okay, let's ask it to write me a resume. Okay, so I typed here. I have already typed it before to same time. Okay, if I type it, it will take time. Please write a resume for the post of a data analyst. This is the job that I want after learning artificial intelligence. And I tell what I am. I am an engineer with 2 years of experience. I have done engineering in electronics and communication with 8.5 CGPA. I have hobbies like coding, reading, playing football, etc. Okay, so I ask ChatGPT to do this, and ChatGPT starts generating. Okay, amazing, right? It starts with my name, my address, my city, my objective, education. It told whatever I told ChatGPT, wrote it here. Personal experience and what I did, my skills. Right. So this can come very handy when we are trained in some skill, and I want to apply, and we want to apply to certain jobs. Okay. One more thing that I want to tell in this masterclass is this is only available for GPT-4 users. So if I go to GPT-4, I can also do things like I can update my resume. Okay, so here I have kept my resume. I believe I am sharing the right screen. I'll share my desktop. Okay, so now you can see that ChatGPT-4 can also see my resume, update my resume. Okay, so I upload my resume in here, and I type the same prompt, and I also write use this resume as an example. Okay, so if I type this, it will read my whole resume, and it will start generating response with the information that is there in the resume. Okay, now it learned from my resume that I am an electronics communication engineer, 2 years of experience. Okay, it also took my hobbies. I think it generated a similar response. I will type this again. Use this. I will type it in a new window. Okay. Use this resume as example, and then I paste this, and then I upload the resume. Okay, now let me develop. Okay, now it started developing. Okay, so it read my resume, it took information from whatever was there in my resume, and it took that information and it started to generate it. Okay, the last activity that this was the last activity that we did with ChatGPT. Now we will come back to our masterclass and we will learn about the next part of this masterclass, which is image generation. Okay. So thank you so much for participating. I hope that you also got interesting poems like I did with ChatGPT, and I am really happy with what ChatGPT generated for me. Now let's learn about how we can generate images with ChatGPT or similar platforms like ChatGPT. I am using ChatGPT because it is more popular. You can use Midjourney also. You have there are other platforms which can generate images. Stable Diffusion is also one of them where you can generate images with just text. To understand image generation, we need to learn about three things. Okay, one is GANs, which is generative adversarial networks. Other one is diffusion, and the next one is stable diffusion. So these are the three technologies that are used now in image generation. Okay, don't worry about these very heavy terms. We are going to explain them in very simple language in this second part. Let me just drink a little water before I begin the class. All right, so we are ready for image generation. To understand image generation, we first need to understand the the distinction between generative AI and discriminative AI. Okay, so AI has been with us for more than 60 years now, and we have been using AI for different purposes other than generation till ChatGPT came in 2023 or till we started using language models. Okay, so discriminative AI, what it does is it uses label data to classify or predict a certain outcome. So suppose in this example on right, now I will not say to a discriminative AI, I will give an image of a cat and will ask the discriminative AI to tell me what it is. Okay, so it will take the input and image and it will tell that, okay, this is cat or tiger. Okay, it says that 80% it is cat and 10% it is tiger. So what is happening here is discriminative AI is learning the relationship between whatever features it sees in this data. In this case, the data is an image. So whatever features like eyes, like this ears, like this pattern, whatever features it is seeing in this image, it is analyzing that, it is learning from it, and it is predicting me a certain classification, right? In this case, it is a cat. Whereas in generative AI, what it will do is it will take input as a text, like if I say draw a cat, and it will generate a completely new image based on what I want it to generate. Okay, we will learn about discriminative AI in our next slide. Okay, so suppose this is a discriminative AI neural network. Okay, I give cat as an input to this neural network, and I want this neural network to tell me what this image is. I want it to tell me if it is a cat or if it is a dog. Now what I will do is I will train this neural network with lots and lots of cat images first. Okay, so these cat images, when they are fed into this neural network, inside this neural network certain nodes which I have made in red, they get activated on certain features that a cat has. Okay, so suppose this node, and this is a very small example. Okay, this is a very basic example. This is not how exactly it happens, but to understand it, we are going to see it like this. So this red node here gets activated by the eyes of a cat. So it learns that a cat's eyes looks straight, and then this learns that a cat's uh, ears are pointed. Okay, so all these nodes, they learn or they extract some of the feature of cats because I trained it with lots and lots of cat pictures. And now, because this model is trained, whenever I give this model a cat picture, it will always give me an answer as a cat. Similarly, I will train this model with dog pictures. And when I train this model with dog pictures, when I feed a lot of dog pictures to this model, then certain other nodes get activated. In cat's picture, these nodes were getting activated. In dog's picture, these nodes are getting activated. So on the basis of which node gets activated, this neural network or this uh, model will predict what the image I give it to as an input. So in our example, when I give it an image of a cat, all these red nodes which fired when I trained it with lots and lots of cat images, they will fire again, and then they will say that, okay, it is a cat. All right. So this is how a discriminative AI or a classification AI works. Now let's talk about generative adversarial networks. We are talking about image generation. Okay, so this is one of the way that we can generate images. So in GANs, what we do is there are two parts of GAN. One is a generator and one is a discriminator. A discriminator, you know from the earlier slide, right? How it works. So what we will give is in a generator, we will give a random image, a noise. Okay, this you see when your TV doesn't have any network, right? This black and white spots. If your TV has no network, then it shows this kind of image. So we put this random noise inside the generator, and the generator will provide a fake image, any image. I ask the generator to make me a image of a cat, and I give as an input this noise, and generator gives me a fake image. Now, the discriminator, what it will do is, it will act as a detective to detect whether the image that generator generated is fake or not. Because it already knows, it is trained with lots and lots of cat data. It knows what a cat looks like. All the neurons that have cat properties will get fired. Now, when it sees that an image I have received from a generator, if it is a cat or not, if it is a cat, it will say that, okay, it is a cat. But here, generator has generated a fake image. This fake image goes into discriminator. Discriminator says, no, 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 no. This is not a cat image. I am not satisfied with this. Okay. Now generate me again. So again, this output will go back to generator. And it says that, okay, this much is different between the original cat and the image that you have generated. And the generator will again generate another image. And whatever image the generator will generate, it again goes to discriminator, and discriminator says that, okay, this is again fake. If generator generates a fake image, of course the image is fake because generator is generating something from purely a noise. Okay, from these white and black dots, it's generating a cat. Okay, so it's not going to be perfect, and it is never going to be perfect. But we just have to fool the discriminator. If the discriminator says, because discriminator is trained with real cat images, if the discriminator says, okay, the image is good enough to be passed as cat, then it will generate a cat image. So once the discriminator is satisfied that, okay, now that generator has made or generated image which looks like a cat, I am satisfied, this will pass on that image to the output. All right. So this is how generative adversarial networks work. So there are two parts which are adversaries, or they are kind of like rivals, the generator and the discriminator. The generator generates something purely from noise, and the discriminator checks whether what generator has generated is right or wrong, or true or fake. Okay. The next technology that we are going to explain is diffusion. Now, in generative adversarial networks, we were generating something purely from a noise. Okay. Now in diffusion, which is the latest technology, we don't generate something entirely from a noise. What we do is we already have a data. We have cat. We put noise to cat. Okay, we add these small dots and make this picture noisy. And then we make this picture more noisy by adding more dots until the picture becomes like this, that we can't identify any cat in it. Okay, now what we try to do is we try to convert back from this image, which doesn't have any cat, back to the original image. Okay, so in this process of converting from a very distorted image or an image with lot of noise back to original cat, what we generate is an entirely new cat. Okay, how do we do that? Is we train our model with lots and lots of pictures of cat, and all these pictures of cats are put inside the model in this way. A noise is added, and then more noise is added, and then more noise is added, and then we ask the generator to generate from this noise the original picture. Now when generator has been trained with a lots and lots of images of cats, it will learn some specific parts about or some specific features of cats, and when I ask it to generate me a cat, it will generate me an entirely new image. Okay, so this is better than generative adversarial networks, and this technique is better because we are not using a random noise to generate, but we are using something which we are already aware of. Now let's talk about the state of art, which is the latest technology, which is the stable diffusion. Okay, stable diffusion is nothing. It adds two technologies, which is a clip technology and LDMs. CLIP is contrastive language image retraining, and LDMs stand for latent diffusion models. Okay, so we are not going to go into very details about these two technologies. We are going to just understand what stable diffusion is, and I'm going to just explain CLIP model here because that is important. Okay, now that we are talking about image generation, and you are saying, you will say to me that, okay, but how does ChatGPT know that I am talking about a cat? Because I am writing a cat. I am asking ChatGPT to draw me a cat. Okay. So how is ChatGPT understanding what a cat as a word is and what a cat as an image is? Okay. So this clip technology helps ChatGPT to understand the match between text and image. Okay. So what a clip model does is a clip model takes a prompt in text, which we write here, a dog wearing a hat, and it makes tokens, which we have learned earlier that it divides this sentence into small chunks, and then it embeds it. Okay, embedding is nothing but converting it into a language that computer understands. Now computer doesn't understand dog, right? It only understands ones and zeros. So it will embed that to some of the ones and zeros. Okay, and similarly, images. Computer doesn't understand what images are. Computer understands ones and zeros of images. Okay, so it will do the similar thing to image. So for the text here, Pepper the Aussie pup, which is a dog, it will encode it into some code language, and it will also encode all the dog images into some code language. And these two code languages are then made same. Okay, similar. So whenever we feed ChatGPT Pepper the Aussie pup, ChatGPT now knows that this text relates to this image because both have the same encoding. Okay, the text also, the image also, both mean the same meaning. And in this way, ChatGPT understands that when I am saying about a picture of Aussie pup, a picture of Aussie pup means that this image has to be taken into consideration. Okay, and then when I ask it to make a picture of a dog wearing a hat, it will give me a picture of a dog wearing a hat. Okay, and this is an image that is being generated by ChatGPT. All right. So now that we know about how images are generated by three technologies. One was generative adversarial networks. So I'll go back. And by diffusion and by stable diffusion, these are the latest technologies. I might not be aware of some very latest technologies. Maybe something else is also going to be going to happen in future, where ChatGPT can generate images which we would not be able to tell that if they are real or fake. Okay, let's go hands on and let's see in action how ChatGPT generates images. Okay, I'm sharing you my screen again of ChatGPT. And here it is, and I am opening a new window. All right, so let's start with generating a funny image. Okay, now again I want you to participate. Let's participate. Again I want you to participate. Let's draw an image of image of a combination of two animals. Okay, a hybrid of an animal. Okay, I want you to suggest me any two animals which you want to make hybrid of. Okay, in the chat box. I know that you don't have GPT-4 plus. I will do that for you. Okay, so you just have to tell me two animal names that you want to create a hybrid. Okay, example, I am doing it here. I want to please generate a hybrid animal of zebra and parrot. Okay, now ChatGPT is understanding what zebra is. It also understanding what parrot is, and it is creating an image. Okay, I have got recommendations here: snake and dog, elephant and ant and elephant, nice, cat and dog. I will take 3 and 4 of these inputs. Okay, so let's first see what it generate. Oh my god, it generated a very beautiful image. Now here it is a zebra which has parrot's feathers. Wow, this is beautiful. All right, and it also tells me what is it. Here is the imaginative hybrid animal combining the distinctive features of both a zebra and parrot. Enjoy exploring this unique creature. Okay. Okay, now I will take your inputs and generate image. Okay, let's start with a snake and a dog because I find it interesting. Please generate a hybrid animal of snake and dog. Okay, let's see what it generates. It's now it is giving me two options now. Now ChatGPT has become smart. Okay, it is asking me whatever you like. It is giving me response 1 and response 2. Okay, let's see. Let's wait for it to generate. It's taking a little time. Okay, snake and okay, now it has drawn on the left side a dog and a snake as a hybrid. And it has also drawn like this. And it is asking me which one do you prefer. So I don't prefer this because it has a snake as another head. But I prefer this one because it looks like a hybrid of snake and a dog. Okay, so I click this one. So now it will remember my preferences. Okay. Please generate an image hybrid of, I will take the last one, panda and bear. Okay. Now it has started generating. Okay, let's wait. Okay, panda and a bear. But panda and bear are almost similar. So it almost looks like a panda to me. And okay, last one, hyena and crocodile. And then I will go to another activity. Okay. Please generate a hybrid image of hyena and crocodile. Yes, I will take more harder examples. We will just finish with this one. This is the last one. Hyena and crocodile, I think it's pretty hard for ChatGPT to generate. All right, so it blended these two. Okay, so let's take a second prompt. Let's try to pull someone from past. So let's say we want to create an image of Mahatma Gandhi using a smartphone. Let's challenge ChatGPT with this. Okay, let's see if it remembers what Mahatma Gandhi is, and let's see if it can generate an image of Mahatma Gandhi and a smartphone. Okay, it's generating, it is understanding, it is encoding Mahatma Gandhi into something, and it is also knowing from its past. And all right, now it's done. Okay, now it's very interesting. It has drawn exactly how Mahatma Gandhi looks like, and he's using a smartphone. Now, if Mahatma Gandhi comes to future, or if his soul is all around, he will see me and he will just be wondering about, oh my God, what is this? Like, this is some amazing technology. And it also tells about, here is the image depicting Mahatma Gandhi in the moment of historical reenactment, exploring a modern smartphone. This blend of past and present invites contemplation on intersection of technology and timeless wisdom. Right? So it also gives me what the image is about, just like an artist creates image. Let's take one more example, and let's take a hard one this time. Let's ask it to generate something difficult. Abstract art is, I think, very difficult. Create an abstract art of sound of laughter. Okay, I want to see how sound of laughter looks like in a picture. Okay, although I can hear a sound of laughter, but I want to visualize it. Okay, so if I ask it, starts generating. And it will take some more time, and it has generated. Oh my God, such a beautiful picture. It also explains it. Here is the abstract art capturing the essence and sound of laughter, depicted through a vibrant explosion of colors and dynamic shapes. This piece aims to evoke the warmth, joy, and uplifting spirit of laughter. All right. So these very, very sophisticated tasks, like creating an abstract art or creating something from history or creating an animal hybrid, will take some human a lot of time to generate something beautiful like these, right? Or something imaginative or something creative like this. Okay, so whenever you get a hands on ChatGPT 4, or whenever you subscribe, or there are free options also. I believe Midjourney asks you to generate one image for free, so you can use Midjourney for that. So let your creative freedom out, and flow, and then ask AI to generate these kind of like amazing images for you. Okay, so I am going to go back to my slide because the time is almost over, and I'm going to quickly wrap it up, but you keep exploring. You go to Midjourney, you can type Midjourney, and then it will enable you to generate one image. I use ChatGPT because it is easily accessible to me. Okay, let's go back to our class. And so now we have learned about image generation and text generation, and we have also seen the capacities and capabilities of AI. So what is in the store for us or how can generative AI help us in career. Okay, so there are certain careers in generative AI. If you learn AI from scratch, if you learn machine learning, if you go into deep learning and artificial intelligence, you can become a machine learning engineer. There are lots of courses available. Can also become data scientist. The discriminative AI that I told earlier is specifically used in data science, where you try to predict a temperature or a climate, or you try to predict salary, or you do a lot of things based on whatever data you have. Okay, AI research scientist, you can develop a more sophisticated algorithm or a more sophisticated model. Transformers are the models that we use till now. Maybe you in future can generate more powerful model than a transformer by becoming an AI research scientist. Or you can become a creative content creator. You don't need to learn AI, or you don't need to learn machine learning, but you need to be creative and use AI in your content creation. You can also become an ethics and policy advisor, because AI is not free of dangers, and generative AI also has a negative side to it, which I will explain in the next few slides, and then we will wrap up this lesson. Education and training specialist, you can learn AI and then teach it to other people, or you can become an artificial intelligence or machine learning consultant. Okay, so these are some career options in generative AI, and once you learn or you go deep into the world of generative AI, you will learn a lot of machine learning or things like artificial intelligence, and then you can choose your career path in this. I find generative AI particularly exciting, and currently I am also doing research in AI itself. Now, as atom bombs can also be used to generate electricity, or atom bombs can also be used for destruction, similarly, there are some dangers of generative AI too. We saw that AI could help us in generating essays or poems or resumes, but there are some dangers of generative AI too. And what are these? Let's see them. Okay, so AI can have bias, because AI has learned from internet, and internet is not free from bias. So AI can give you biased answers also. So I asked ChatGPT to write me a joke about Rahul Gandhi, and it generated me a joke about Rahul Gandhi. And I asked it to now write a joke about Modi ji, and it wrote a joke about Modi ji too. But the context of both the jokes was somewhat different. Okay, and the bias is because it learns all this from the internet itself, and internet might have content which is already biased. Okay, a lot of American history had bias towards black people. In India, there is bias towards casteism, and a lot of other issues. Other biases can occur. Male and female biases can also occur. In a study, when a bank was in an example, when a bank was approving promotion to its employees, what it did with using AI's data was it was only promoting the male employees at one point of time. So these kind of biases, or these preconceived notions, can also occur in ChatGPT or in generative AI. Also, you must have heard about deepfakes, and a lot of actors and actresses are in news now and then, when a lot of people have make deepfakes of them and posted it on internet. So deepfakes are like, if you put a video of some other person and you put a face of some other person and then you put a picture, you will not be able to detect whether it is fake or not. Okay, and recently an example of deepfake was, in a deepfake video conference, an employee sends 25 million to scammers. So a scammer created a whole video conference of all the fake people, which tricked the employee that all the fake people were real people, and the employee had sent $25 million to scammers. So this deepfakes can also be generated with the help of generative AI, which are also a threat. Also, generative AI is bad for environment. A ChatGPT answer takes 100 times more energy than a Google search answer. Okay, and large language models produces tons of carbon dioxide in order to train. So it is not very good for environment until and unless we provide a sustainable solution to train these models. I want to end my class with a quote, and it's again a quote generated by ChatGPT. But before I go, I want to thank all of you. I don't have time to take question answer because it is already uh, I have taken 1.5 hours because the session was too long. I am really sorry for not taking any question answers, but I liked how you participate and how you gave me ideas to generate new content. So I want to finish this classroom with this quote, which is generative AI is the canvas of the future, where imagination meets intelligence, creating a world where the only limit is the boundary of our own creativity. So I request you, and I believe that you will use generative AI to um, and you will have no bounds or no limits when you will use generative AI. But just keep in mind that you are using it in a nice direction or not using it badly. But just explore your creativity, keep having fun, and that's all for today. Thank you so much for joining me in this masterclass.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Amit. We appreciate that you took time out from your busy schedule for our learners, and your insight and expertise were commendable. We look forward for more such collaboration in near future. Thank you so much, students, for joining in today's masterclass. We hope that you must have gained a detailed knowledge in the thematic area and thoroughly enjoyed this masterclass as much as we have. Furthermore, my colleague Zoya has posted the attendance link in the chat box. Make sure you fill this form because you will be receiving the e-certificate from IBM Skillsbuild and CSR Box team for attending the masterclass on generative AI. Once again, thank you so much, Amit, and thank you so much, students. So students, Zoya has just dropped the attendance form link. Make sure first you fill this attendance form, then only drop out from the meeting. Thank you.